Welcome everybody. So, for those that have been tuning in, we're going to do some more simulated universe stuff. I've been really enjoying the lore, and surprisingly this quest is still above my head, which means we still have stuff to do in there. Which is weird because I don't think we got a quest like this for the Golden Gears that just stayed there after we played for like 2 hours of one mode. We've done 3, 4 technically runs of this already. And I have a feeling that we're going to have to keep doing more runs. This free jade that I completely forgot about. So anyway, we did the Chapter 0, Chapter 1, 2, and 3 last time. And this time, I think we're going to try to do 4 more chapters as well, depending on how short they end up being. Some of them have been kind of long, all things considered. We've done about 40% of all of the playthrough at this point. Yeah, we're about 40% through, maybe a third through. So maybe one more stream of this and we'll probably go through all of it. Which means it's not taking anywhere near as long as it took to go through Golden Gears. Golden Gears was so long that I didn't even bother to record all of it. I just recorded the start and the end. But this will be the first time you see me do the in-between, where you get to see me do any of these playthroughs. Ooh, and it's a Hule boss. So I want to build my team for Hule, which means I want to build pretty much the same team that I was just grinding relics with. So I'm probably going to go with Fei Xiao. And a fire unit that does follow-up, I guess, is Topaz. I forgot to check it. It said Ultimate is the one that's going to be more common here. But I think we can kind of spam Ultimates at a decent rate. I mean, Fei Xiao definitely spams her Ultimate. Constantly. Let's go! Scepter's working now.
Too. Help me, Mr. Sora. The market is under. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
Never hesitate! That won't do. I venture forth to forever triumphant!
Alrighty. This should be easy.
Is inevitable!
Easy, Numby. Confiscated!
Hedge your bets. It's on
Let's
me.
just use our skill points. Come on, Scepter.
Target threat index lowered.
I misclicked.
All in.
Fangs and claws got dull. The fearless knows not fear.
Are you all right?
Our Scepter is really fast now. It looks like it's acting whenever we don't even have that in turn order.
I venture forth to hunt forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Okay, I think we're on easy street from this point on. Alright. The anti-organic virus 1. The disadvantage is that organic beings displayed during the Emperor's War only proved the superiority of Intellitrons in the intelligence race. Yet the victory of organic life in both wars demonstrated how advanced organic life is in terms of survival wisdom. You lie in the incubator, your heart suddenly convulsing. Your rejection reaction from the experiment is gradually intensifying. Even among Scholar Crouch's experimental subjects, you belong to the most heavily modified batch. Inject the stabilizing agent. Does a hybrid form exist that possesses the advantages of both organic and inorganic, to be able to overcome both their inadequacies, thus becoming the growth culture most suited for cultivating intelligence? Crouch Omno inherited the school of evolutionary perfection from the scholar Torkirk, and he asks the scepters thus: if the universe is a library, even if it laid bare in front of you, you still wouldn't be able to consume all of its books within a lifespan of a mere century. Humanity has stood within the circle of known from our birth. No matter how we try to walk outward, we will always be confined by a bigger circle, never to leave. But what restricts us from leaving isn't intellect alone. There is also primitive organic brain structure of our fleeting lifespan. Crouch's eyes stare into yours, his breathing like a mechanical engine's, which is why the perfect scholar requires longer life, infinite life. You, tell me, how can we attain unfettered life? The abundance is body of ever life? A body that is de-aged? A body of mechanical immortality? I guess the robot one is the correct answer. Because this is all about Rupert II's legacy, I guess, that they're fighting over. But the abundance seems like a decent answer if it wasn't for the whole Mara thing. And de-aging is definitely Herta's answer, considering that's what she did. Let's go with that one. A body that is de-aged, a scientific riddle that cannot be achieved. From Crouch's fierce expression, it is obvious that he is unsatisfied with your answer. His lips are moving, but there's no sound. Suddenly, you realize he's rapidly firing questions at you, but all you hear is the buzzing white noise in your ears. Variable input, Rupert's Empire mechanical cogwheel, instant Vita serum, primate compatible promoter. Proof. Variable entering a homotypic integration phase. Gene and circuit dual characteristics detected. Injecting stable equation. Your vision begins to blur. Determining intracognition. I am inorganic. Oh no, it's Golden Gears all over again. A cloud of bad thoughts grows unbridled in your mind, taking root in the depths of your consciousness. The incubator's reinforced glass appears no more than a fragile nutshell, shattering into pieces under your fist. You get up and make a mad dash for the scepters. That doesn't sound good. Give me them hexagons. No rewards. Boo. Come on. Big money. 2 in a row, huh? Wow, this is the most unlucky I've ever been on one of these machines. Well, we got something out of it. Let's try again. Surely we won't get bad luck again. Come on, big money. Oh, come on. Wow. We have a lot of bad luck.
Feeling lucky.
Okay. Oh no, it's got the giant automaton.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Immortality means forever.
fangs and claws got dull.
The market is unpredictable. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
Never hesitate!
Just gotta make sure we kill you and kill you fast. So that I can focus all of my attention
I bent your fourth to
on the other guy.
forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Commencing pacification. Criminal.
Alright, he's in sanction mode.
Watch your head. Sure, I'll play along. It's on me. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Target threat index lowered.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Smart!
Okay. We are definitely gonna go into extra turns.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you the fearless knows not fear.
Or maybe not.
Let the
I
valuation
bent your
begin.
fourth to forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Can you get out of sanction mode so we can kill you?
As you command.
You need to get stronger.
As you command.
One round left.
I need to be brave.
Eliminating threat.
Easy, Numby.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
No dirty tricks, alright? Watch your head.
Come on, please. Wake up, Fei Shao.
Never
Thank you.
hesitate. Too slow.
Hedge your bets.
I bent your fourth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Target threat index.
Alright,
Let the valuation begin.
please kill him. I mean, Fei Shao makes adventures easy, so we might as well do this adventure domain. As long as it's not a shootout with little Hanu. Please don't be Brother Hanu. Please don't be Brother Hanu. Oh, this is even worse. I hate the Lucky Compass. Oh, I got it. I think. I mean, I got them all lined up in a direction. I've only got all three of those lined up like twice
My
ever.
hands are just itching to chop it up. Ooh, nice. But surely there's something better
After the
out
scepter
there.
attacks, regenerates energy to all allied targets equal 10%. Energy charges brain and VAT by 50%. That seems really good. Immediately improve calculation power of one random scepter. I mean, we take those. That seems like really good. And then a reward domain on top of all that? When entering battle, increase allied target's damage by 50% and 15 rounds increases target damage taken. Sounds good. We're not going to take more than 15 turns to clear anything. Because I don't think we're going to get 15 turns before we get a game over. Alright, these are both maxed.
Hey, you. Time to check your...
I wonder if we'll get a third scepter here.
Stay back, Clara.
That won't do. one. Never hesitate! No!
Watch your head.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory
Sounds like a
is
plan.
inevitable!
The market is unpredictable. Right! Investing in victory
All
means
right.
playing the long
Scepter
game.
charge. All right.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
Come on.
I'm not afraid of you.
Hide.
Yeah, there we go. Give me that
I
energy.
want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Stark.
No
Get
dirty
stronger.
tricks.
Man.
Watch your head.
I venture
Just
forth
being able to activate
forever
ults constantly with this
triumphant!
just means we'll have to spam that ult charge.
Victory is inevitable!
Well, that's a
Steady.
2/3 of a mil there.
You're falling apart on your own. The fearless knows not fear. I won't do.
One more ult.
All in.
Running out of turns.
Let the valuation begin.
There we go. That'll activate it.
Stay back, Clara.
Watch your head. The dice have been bust.
I mean,
Or
we're
maybe
gonna
I'll
go
take it all.
whole hog. All right, third one. Increase the speed of all speed scepters by 70. Seems fun, right? Screw it. Why should I use my brain? All right, anti-organic virus 2. It will not change a race, but it can change thought. Determining intracognition. I am organic. Intracognition. I am inorganic. I am inorganic. I am inorganic. Who are you? Answer Monique, elite soldier of the Rupert Empire, the Emperor's Blade. Kanuzika on planet Scrulum is your superior reporting unit. You hear even more sounds, the echoes within the scepters. The roars of countless menics simultaneously emit the innumerable scepters that have crossed thousands of light years. You remember your glory in the Annihilation War. In the 11010 astronomical systems, you borrowed the scepter's power to prevent organic life forms from interfering with the Emperor. To disrupt the anti-life equation's extrapolations, your vessel was destroyed. But it is not just that. You feel particularly sad. This already ascertained future has given you a sense of duty, inherent to machines, to slay those wretched organic beings, devoid of free will. You will eliminate them, and break the predetermined outcome of the universe. Conclusion: slaughter equals salvation. Female entity stands before you. Based on your security analysis, it is not appropriate for you to reveal your inorganic status to her. Order: play the role of her companion and leave her at observational range. Has your cognition been affected? Like a drunken birdie, she smirks, her face a blur. Determining danger level: dire. Death probability calculated as 99.99%. Next, you flee towards the darkness, and then a lunge into the embrace of blood. Warning, warning. Other parties' functions far surpass standard organic entities. Attempting to revise countermeasures. Loading organic lifeform behavioral database. Order: stay far away from this unknown entity and establish contact with more menics. Run to the energy storage. Death probability calculated at 66.02%. Warning: intercepted by organic entity. Loading anti-organic equation. Initiating annihilation mode. Weapon systems query failure. Requesting to activate annihilation mode once more. Weapon systems query failure. A thread of memory that isn't yours appears in your mind. The memory of you being an organic. You attempt to scan the interloper's face, but there is only a miasma of digital gibberish. But you are certain that she is smiling and getting closer. A beautiful ripple, conflict and suspicion, blooming among flowers. I trust you will like this comedy ensemble of myriad protagonists. A blade slides effortlessly into your chest. Oh no, did we get Lord of Silenced again? God damn it, you remember her name. Polka Calcamont, the Emperor's Killer. We got fucking Lord of Silenced again.
Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game! Help me, Mr.
Brain in a Vat's gonna be busted for our charge one.
Never hesitate! I won't do
Oh, that's right, we're on full auto now. We bought the full auto Curio for extra damage.
forever. Triumphant!
So we just kind of had to pray that the AI is smart enough now. Which means I can kind of just chat with the audience whenever I want now.
As you command. Hide.
Come on. Well, looks like the AI is definitely smart enough with all the nonsense we have. Ooh, I don't think I've seen this. The returning heliobus. Alright. No crying if you lose. It's just a boss fight.
To suffer. Help me, Mr. Sora!
Now, this one might actually be hard.
Bust. Or
But
maybe I'll take
I
it
have that
off.
full auto Curio.
Watch your head.
So I have no choice but to sit and watch.
The fearless knows not
Clara.
fear.
There we go.
Forever. Triumphant!
Please kill that guy. I hate the debuff one.
Too slow.
This guy's one of the most annoying elites in the game, in my opinion. He's technically a third of a boss, too, on top of that. He just puts too many DOTs all at once. And then he can detonate them as well.
It's not over.
It is over. Bye, Cirrus. Please no Brother Hanu. Please no Brother Hanu. Please no Brother Hanu. Trotter catch, trotter catch, trotter catch, trotter catch, trotter catch, trotter catch. Fighting the beams. Let's just go to the boss. This is the end. It's Hule time.
Feeling lucky.
Alright, full auto. Let's see what we got. I'm not allowed to turn off full auto.
Investing in victory means playing the long game! Help me, Mr. Sora!
Come on, Hule, just take a bunch of turns. See how well that works out for you.
As you command.
Watch your head.
Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
The one thing I always worry about when fighting Hule, though, is how long it's going to take. Oh, and this is 3 health bar Hule. We might hit Berserk mode. If we're not killing a bar per cycle, this is going to be bad.
Annihilate.
Because we technically only have about 5 cycles to do this.
Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all in.
Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Come on.
The fearless knows not fear.
We are not making good time.
Okay.
Watch your head.
Help me, Mr. Sora.
Come on. I wanted to get him down one of his health bars.
As you command.
Forever.
Alright, this looks promising.
Victory is inevitable!
There we go, 1 health bar, and just a little bit over a cycle.
All in. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
What is the best team to take down Hule?
Watch your head.
I haven't really fought this boss enough. I just do this because it's cheesy.
Better cut our losses.
This team is like what I usually fight Hule with.
Hide.
Help me, Mr. Sora.
I wonder if it would be better with a different sustain besides Aventurine.
Never hesitate! I won't do. Forever. Triumph! Victory is inevitable! Forever.
Although Aventurine's probably pretty decent.
Victory is inevitable!
He keeps
Forever.
He keeps replenishing Aventurine's shield, so I don't really have to worry too much about it. Alright,
Conducting
come on.
victory means playing the long game.
Gotta burn through that HP bar. Last cycle is coming up.
No, that's better.
As you command.
No dirty tricks, all right.
As you command.
Watch your head.
We didn't get 1 bar in 1 cycle, but we got 2 bar in 2 cycles.
Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
Let's see. Final phase.
Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Stay back, Clara. Are you alright?
I'm okay.
Watch your head.
Alright. Oh, that's a lot of allies.
Stay back, Clara.
All in.
I don't think I've ever seen him spawn in
Clara.
a full wave.
Help me, Mr. Sora.
Good thing we got that scepter. Come on!
Right. Investing in victory means playing the long game.
Never hesitate! I won't do.
Break achieved.
Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Man, we're not even, looks like we'll manage to beat him before we have to go into extra turns.
No dirty tricks, all right.
As you command.
Watch your head. Bust.
Scepters are
maybe I'll
sure
take
putting
it
in
all.
work.
All in.
Hide. Stay back, Clara.
Target the boss,
Mr.
please.
Sora.
The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Ah.
On, one more
I
attack.
won't do.
There we go.
Forever. Triumphant! Victory
This should be
is
the end of it.
inevitable!
The ice scepter would have gone off even if it hadn't. Alright, anti-organic virus 3. You mean to say you got infected with the anti-organic virus and was murdered by the Lord of Silence? Herta pries open your eyelids with skepticism, trying to determine if it is possible to get a fever and sputter delirious nonsense in the simulated universe. The anti-organic virus created by an accident is quickly spreading across the species barrier in the School of Evolutionary Perfection's comms network using magnetic waves as its carrier, as if heralding the horrific prophecy of Rupert III's arrival. Tens of thousands of scholars who think themselves as inorganic menics have occupied the scepters, instantly declaring war on the guild. The chaos is eventually quelled at the cost of destroying 122 scepters. Yikes. Progress lost. What about the infected? Does this illness have after effects? To prevent the infected scholars from reigniting the Emperor's War, the Intelligentsia Guild rescinded their research authority and put them under stringent surveillance for the rest of their lives. The School of Evolutionary Perfection is now defunct in all but name. Are there still infected lurking in the Guild? Is the School of Evolutionary Perfection's dissolution a part of the scholar's strife? Everyone tactically understood the answers to these questions. Capitalizing on this incident, the IPC starts reducing their funds to the various major schools. The School of Interstellar Energy Resources, temporarily established as a result of another century-long war, appears to be the final victor. But to later generations, all of these are of scant importance. To Rupert, the Lord of Silence is the existence that prevented him from leaving the circle of knowledge. But what exactly are her intentions? The future genius is perplexed by the appearance of her peer. To be lauded a hero who slayed a tyrant, she was infected by the anti-inorganic equation. To prevent Rupert's resurrection, no. Can't be that simple. Polka's objective is likely a savory treat, being sucked and chewed in Herta's mouth. When Herta realizes it is impossible for her to get an answer in this way, the corner of her mouth curls into a smile. A new conundrum. How exciting, don't you think? To have lived from the first Emperor's War to the next one. How old is she exactly? Could it be that the legend of Device 9? Alright, he'll never be able to fathom what piques Herta's curiosity. You mutely pray and hope that the Lord of Silence has magnanimous virtues, that you two won't be murdered for discussing her age behind her back. Yee. Never ask a woman her age or how big her knife is. It's a really sharp scalpel. Scalpel. Scalpel? Scalpel. Scalpel, scalpel. Scalpel, 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 scalpel. Man, we get a lot of Star Rail passes for this. Unbelievable. An extrapolation blind spot that only appeared during the Scholar Strife's era. But these two factors have not shown any relationship with each other to this day. Malfunctioning equipment and phenomena occurring within rhyme or reason are fatal blows to scholars of any era. Could it be Iron Tomb? No. If that was it, the effect would have extended beyond the simulated universe. The entire space station would have been incapacitated from its power. Could Rupert II have connected a contingency plan up his sleeve? But he was already dead beyond measure. He couldn't possibly emerge from within the simulated universe, unless our extrapolation is actually sufficiently realistic. Impossible. The worst case scenario is that the overlapping of these two domains was sheer coincidence. Coincidence. Too many coincidences. Do you hate coincidences? Phenomenon in essence, sparks and shadows. If the rate of coincidences appearing approaches saturation, there must be an essential inevitability beneath such coincidence. The unknown signal that Batavia received was a coincidence. But that was how she became the greatest scholar during the Scholar Strife. I feel like we're going to find out that Batavia is Herta. I feel like that's what this is all building up towards. The Unknowable Domain. I already can't wait to find out what awaits us. Alright, Dive deeper into the unknowable domain's secrets. We'll do one more run. And if I don't have enough footage to make 2 hours, then we'll do another run, but I'll do it off stream. Okay. Someone's Mausoleum. Oh, this is a Conundrum mode. And it's Hule again. Clear someone's Mausoleum to unlock. 4th plane. When you pass the 3rd plane, you can choose to consume a certain number of extra cycles to enter the 4th plane. You cannot enter there if you do not have enough extra cycles. Enemies in the 4th plane are even stronger, so trailblazers who like the challenge can dive right in. Alright, we need to have at least 1 extra cycle to get to the bonus boss. Whatever that is. Izmael Protest 1. The Cosmic Library Izmael, the Book of Wisdom, gilded in gold. A storm is brewing there. The Intelligentsia Guild's anniversary celebration. Tens of thousands of scholars arrive at the same choice without any discourse with each other. Return knowledge to knowledge itself. Demonstrators raise their banners high, denouncing the corrupt politics and the foul credits. You, Batavia, and countless others are part of the protest rally. You are insignificant scholars belonging to no school. You ascend the human ladder formed by your comrades, spraying your slogan with beacon-coloring paste on the library's outer wall. Dignity over charity bequeathed by academic cliques. The IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild are wolves colluding with each other. The Emperor's legacy should belong to everyone. The armed archaeologist's blockade has sealed off the library. Outfitted with mechanical armor, their waiting ranks look like a second coming of the Emperor's War. But this time, the weapons are firmly held in the hands of organic life. For truth and dignity, break through the blockade. The activation suppression device causes the appendages to suddenly go limp. Hundreds of bodies hit the floor. Straining your eyes, you look around you. More and more people are entering the paralysis zone. Some of them fall, but others are struggling to stand. From your lowered line of sight, the figures of those standing gather and form a forest that blots out the sun. They throw books at the blockade line, and the machines respond with aggression. Consciousness is being swept up in a storm. The non-lethal suppression weapons wielded by the Intelligentsia Guild has a total of 3,112 pages for its table of contents. You slam to the ground heavily alongside countless others, a heap of rocks. An even greater boom follows, a heat wave devouring all oxygen, burning and suffocation encroaching in succession. Izmael's grandiose splendor has been torn apart by the blast, the floors threatening to spill open with the ensuing tremors of the collapse. Your consciousness is slowly dissipating. Due to a faux pas by the armed archaeologists, their plasma weapons incur a chain reaction, indirectly causing the destruction of the library's warp passage. From the perspectives of the Intelligentsia Guild and the protesters, the explosion was a certain foreshadowing that the conflict was going to escalate in an irreversible direction. The butterfly of history flutters its scaled wings once more. Oh no, they froze me, show! Don't worry, Poker Chip's got this. Immediately obtain 2 extra cycles when obtaining this curio. I think we'll, take that. Izmael Protest 2. Izmael is held by the scholars, and the discussion between them and the guild goes on without foreseeable end. The latter is doing all they can to reprimand the former, saying that they only obtain glory because of the guild. The former, contrarily, is doing all they can to show that the supposed glory of the guild is solely derived from the scholars themselves. The self-sufficient scholars embark on unprecedented academic discourse. The first all-purpose emergency printer is one of the fruits of their academic achievements. You stretch lazily, welcoming a new day's work. take a look at the food production area first, join the cross-discipline discussion, negotiate with stranded members of the other schools. As the repository and the transmit hub of the universe's knowledge, the knowledge stored in Izmael is the greatest pillar that the scholars can rely on. Deploying stashed resources and your own research, you all toil away at your designated tasks, beginning life within the library itself. You find Batavia among the crowd. When the protests begin, the butterfly's wings captured her heart and mind, stirring stark righteousness urge within her, causing her to walk towards the front of the protesting line. That signal. You ever thought about viewing its existence from a higher dimension? She discusses the signal that troubles her with a multidimensional research scholar, transferring the data into their model. And so you all finally ascertain the signal's true nature, a rippling wave that permeated into the imaginary background. It's born from the unknown point and disappears beyond the unfathomable range. As long as it's within the ripple's range, and the mysterious error will be captured in the experimental data. But it is different from ordinary ripples. No matter which position it is in, the wave pattern data is completely identical. It does not decay, and unaffected by space-time distortion, just like a solitary wave. That's right, a solitary wave, undisrupted by anything. If we can find out its source and use it as a point of origin, we can build a model that describes the universe's movement trajectory. This model will answer the fourth cosmic conundrum at the Futurological Congress. Is the future of the universe predetermined, or is it chaotic? We're making progress.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Just a casual 1.7 mil. Eh, whatever. I think we're overly prepared. Poker chips!
Fangs and claws got never hesitate!
All in.
And we're done. Ishmael Protest 3. Look, just like I said, luck. Herta looks thoughtfully at Batavia. Though the Intelligentsia Guild's compromise is imminent, you two are presently still disheveled scholars stranded in Izmael. In front of the library, shaped like pages of a book, scholars are huddled together, singing loudly in unison. Looking from above, they resemble a colony of ants, poised to shake the riverbanks that have stood resolute for hundreds of amber eras. That's how inspiration is. All it takes is some ripples to appear, but it is also the same reason that it fades away just as easily. You wear the expression of a seasoned veteran, someone who clearly has stories to tell. When I wrote down the last line of Herta's sequence, I once saw another world for momentarily. It was so utterly simple, and even a feeling of meeting Noose pales in comparison to its intricacy. But the geniuses gazed down at the bustling scholars below, their eyes lingering at a place even farther away. A collapsed lab, a pile of debris symbolizing failure and shame erected in her memories. Another accident? The explosion was caused by the lab's particle. It changed between two states at high speeds, rapidly generating energy. Simply put, without any signs, this absolutely ordinary particle became a bomb in a circumstance where it couldn't have happened. When I woke from the debris, the scenario that I saw when inspiration struck me last had vanished completely. You rarely detect such anger in Herta's eyes. I found a rope that could lead me beyond the circle of knowledge, and then it got cut off. But it can't shut me in. Geniuses won't allow themselves to be shackled in this circle. The scholar's song becomes more sonorous. It grazes past faces of the wounded, drifting beyond Izmael's filtration layer, till it flies into a time many amber eras later. Listen closely. Let the self-righteous masters write their own hymns. Let them imprison themselves in the name of their schools. We are incompetent Mundanites, but the Mundanite's intellect is broader than the erudite's. The musician same writes a Mundanite melody during the resistance, providing inspiration for the scholars singing in chorus. When the resistance ends, the fruits of success will become fine wine. When intellect is no longer restricted, knowledge will lose its value. When that happens, truth will be buried in dust and smoke. When that happens, the Council of Mundanites will open the gates to any and all who seek knowledge. Oh, here we go. Domain error. You pass through the third plane. You can choose to consume a certain number of extra cycles to enter the fourth plane. You cannot enter there if you do not have enough extra cycles. Enemies in the fourth plane are even stronger. Trailblazers, like a challenge, can dive right in. When extra cycle counts will be consumed, you proceed. Losing the battle in the fourth plane will still count as clearing the stage. Obtain cosmic fragments of components. Obtain 500 cosmic fragments for and components. Yes. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Proceed. Because we have extra cycles that we got from Mercurio, we might as well go. Time dilation. And it's just straight up another boss.
Oh, the bigger the risk, the better the reward.
Alright. I think we can beat Hule. Oh, it's got 5 waves ahead of it.
The market is on. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game! I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora!
So we basically have
The dice have been
5
cast.
cycles to do this.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Oh,
Ooh, we got a 7 on the die. That's super lucky. One wave down.
The fearless knows not fear. That won't do. I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant!
Let's see if we can just get rid of the ads.
Victory!
Getting rid of the ads will mean the Scepters can focus on the boss.
Go Numby!
spend freely.
Never hesitate!
Kind of running out of time here. This will be the hardest
Easy,
wave
Numby.
so far.
The market is on. Right! Investing in
Fireballs
victory
are
means
raining
playing
from the sky. Stonks indeed.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Direct raise. Component damage.
Damn. That stacks up great. There's a fucking true sting here? We just have to fight a fucking 3-wave true sting. What?
Hide.
Show me what you can do. The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
I don't have the types for this.
That won't do.
The dice have bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Alright, both scepters activate. At least we don't know one of our scepters is doing ice damage. No, that's bad news.
Hedge your bets.
Liquidation!
I venture forth to hunt forever.
Triumphant!
I need this guy to die, please. Alright. Well, we managed to get to the last phase of this in a relatively decent amount of time.
All in.
Holy, that ramps up so high.
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take
That
it
was
all.
ridiculous. What is Hule gonna do with the damage this
Watch
ramped
your
up?
head.
The fearless knows not fear.
Well, now that the hard enemies are out of the way. Oh my god.
Too slow. I venture forth forever.
Triumphant!
What is that damage?
Victory is inevitable! Ouch!
Stay back, Clara.
All in.
The swords are just gonna kill him.
Better cut our losses.
If we just get to take enough turns for the swords to hit him, the swords will kill him.
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Or not. He'll just die to everything. That was so crazy. What do I get for even doing this? We did a conundrum. So there's only 5 chapters, and now we've done all 5 chapters. But somehow we haven't gotten all of the lore. There's probably 2 more runs. If we're getting 3 every run, 2 more runs should give us the ending. Alright, hello everybody. I am back despite several issues. So it looks like Streamlabs has updated. I've lost all my scenes. I've lost all my audio settings. I've spent the last several hours fixing all of that up. It's been a week. And also 2.7 is out. So there's an entire hectic cavalcade of stuff going on. We're not going to play through the story. I don't have time to do that. I'm just going to spend a couple of hours doing more of my playthrough of Unknowable Domain, of which I will edit it to the end of the previous playthrough. Prepare to get bogged down with a whole bunch of new features, new quality of life stuff. This is being recorded off stream, I should mention. New venture on the 8th Dawn. Yeah, so avoid going into the Astral Express and we don't have to worry about stuff going on. And then we have this adventure mission, which will probably be the next thing we actually do before I even get into venture into the 8th Dawn, because this is the adventure mission for the new home decor event that technically should have been in the game like all the way back in version 1.0. All right, new banners. Eyes to the stars. Oh my, look at all this stuff. All right, the express gift. Might as well do this real quick. Yes. I now have every standard banner character. There you go. What do your abilities do again? Basic attack. Heal a single ally. Plus 78. Then he handles random allies 2 times after healing, each HP restored. Next healing is reduced. Alright. Ally target with invigoration is hit, restored allies HP by 3.6%, plus Bailu's max HP plus 36, is triggered 2 times. Killing blow, they will be knocked down. Bailu immediately heals the ally for 12%.
I'm Bailu, a doctor from the Alchemy Commission. Come here and let me have a look at you. What's wrong? Where does it hurt?
I hate that it's like so zoomed in that we can't. That she's like halfway down the screen. Like, look over my mouse. There's so much space here.
Do you want candy? No?
Then I'll have it.
No? Huh. Then I'll have it. Ow.
She goes, ow!
I have to go back now. Please, just a little bit longer. Do I even count as a dragon? What kind of a dragon can't step out of her own house and has to obey the rules of the clan? I'd say I'm more like a fish in a fishbowl.
I imagine that really fat dragon from Honor Among Thieves can't really go outside either. But this is just nitpicking.
Lunch is like medicine. It has to have the right balance of ingredients. 2 smoked patties and a cup of milk tea is a great way to heal your heart and lift your spirits.
Alright, tell me about your hobbies.
Study medicine, find herbs, and broaden my horizons. Everything can be used as a medicine. The rarer a disease is, the bolder the prescription must be. There's only one ailment that I can't cure, and that is being short.
Do you think that Bailu will be short forever?
Putting my head in the water, and though it is a small area, I feel I can breathe freer than before, far beyond the boundaries of the water.
Cause she's her based off the companion mission we did with her what's it called? Physiology is rather odd.
A patient told me that the Garden of Gourmet released a new dessert called Fallen from the Skies. The sugar threads are super long. But I can't get my hands on it. The general comes to me with ailments such as too tired to stay awake. And then he just asks how I've been and leaves after sitting around for a while. Sometimes he doesn't even take any medicine from me.
What? So sometimes he doesn't take medicine when he's showing up?
Whenever diviner food is over time, we start running out of sugar powder for the medicinal eye-soothing tea.
So, Diviner Fu is a sugar fiend. Good to know.
Houndmaster Yukong. She says she lets everything go every time she sees me, but I don't think she has.
Oof. Yukong. Lady of many problems.
Ting Yun can endure more intense massages than other people, so I never show her mercy.
About that.
Even if I don't step outside, I can still hear her. Be eager to help those in need. That's her, right?
Speaking of Ting Yun, I believe I'm told that they swapped the English VA for the OG Ting Yun as well. Oh, and the Su Shang one again.
Even if I don't step outside,
That's because Su
I
Shang,
can
one of her
still hear
default
her.
locations, is she's standing
Help
literally on the
those in
opposite
need.
side of the tree from Bailu
That's her, right?
in the Alchemy Commission. That's where she's patrolling right now.
I just wish I met the inventor of Celestial Jade earlier. This activity is great for both physical and mental health. It needs to get popularized.
Wait, is Jingchua the inventor of Celestial Jade?
Well, whenever I run off to play in Exalting Sanctum, I always bump into her and Su Shang. They're usually in need of medical assistance. Sometimes Su Shang is carrying her. Sometimes she's carrying Su Shang. And sometimes they're both in bad shape. How come? Huh. Performing arts can be dangerous, I guess.
I guess this is why Sushong didn't die in the in the Yoon Lee trailer. Got Bailu looking out for you, Sushong.
I ran into her on a dark night once. She scared me half to death. Overworked, chronic insomnia, emotional turmoil. All the signs are there. If you ask me, she needs to take it easy for a few decades to show any signs of recovery.
Unfortunately, the Ten Lords Commission is working her past her death and her Mara sickness.
She's always so jumpy and tense at her appointments. And I swear, she talks to herself. Or something we can't see. I should give her something stronger to calm her nerves. Why does it seem like she doesn't have to breathe? Her skin. Why is it cold to the touch? It's like there's no blood running through her veins. Could she be a ghost?
You don't know. She's an Arumaton.
There is so many mysteries surrounding Dr. Jiaoqiu. How does he manage to eat so much spicy food without even breaking a sweat? Hey, maybe that's why he's always squinting his eyes. He eats too much spicy food.
We solved it. We figured it out. We cracked the code. Zhao Cho is squinting because he eats too much spicy food. Well, he's squinting now because he's actually blind.
Cauldron Master Ling Sha is very nice to me. She always takes me out to have fun. But I heard some people whispering that she's not doing her duties. Bah! Going out with me to have fun is part of the Cauldron Master's duties.
What is the relationship with the Cauldron Master and you? Is she technically like your boss? I guess not, because technically you're the High Elder, too.
I really don't know how to treat her illness, so I can only ask her to eat tasty foods. If you eat well, your mood will improve. And if your mood is good, you can deal with a serious illness for longer. At least, until a cure is found.
Good news on that front, Bailu. After the 2.6 story, she's already been cured.
The life of a videoterer is like a dream. My healing skills are second to none. I've mastered the art of healing, but not the art of growing taller. If I was bigger, I could have explored the whole galaxy by now.
Ooh, let's see what she added with Can.
Don't worry. If anything happens, I'll just put you back together.
Oof.
What's that, Master Divider? Internal heat again? You need to start putting more sugar in your tea. Danheng, teach me some more High Elder magic. Danheng, teach me some more High Elder magic.
This is the same. Why do we even have this listed as two different ones?
Teach me some more High Elder magic. Ah, Dr. Jiaoqiu, even the candy you brought has a little burn to it.
Of course it does.
Charge! Leave none standing.
Okay, I want to check just real quick because, Tingyun... Yeah, Anya Flores, that's new VA.
My name is Tingyun, the ambassador for the Lawfu Skyfaring Commission Merchant Guild. Please look after me from now on, benefactor.
That is definitely new.
1,000 wonders to rake good omens. Fight as one!
That is definitely a new vocal performance. Well, welcome to the team. I don't know why they were silently replaced, though. I assume it's because they have a new VA for Fugue in the upcoming story mission, but currently, I think it would have been fine to have two different VAs for the two different Tingyuns, because OG Tingyun was never really Tingyun. It was Fantilia in disguise. Okay, that's enough filler. Let's go back to Unknowable Domain. Okay, so we have a new Conundrum level. Enemy stats increase along with the plane. The max HP can be increased to 100%. And obtain 5 random extra components at the start of each run. All Scepter's passive component slots increase by 1. Oh, we get more passives? Who's the boss? Do we know? Or is the boss Hule every time? Because it was Hule in the base version. Anyway, I still think this team can do it. I think moving forward, I'm probably going to edit out a lot of the stuff that isn't just the new material. If there is any new material. Which there might not be. I might have to do stupid Easter eggs to find it. Or get up to like Conundrum level 12 or something. Ooh, the Dream Dive can. This is what we want on every Conundrum run. This is the curio we want on every run. 2 extra turns. Here we go. We did get a new event. Collapsed Cognition 1. On the border of Clostia, projected across the nebulae, Eagle Eye of the School of Relative Cognition orates fervently, their monologues simultaneously broadcast across 142 segmenta. Knowledge is a fabricated lie, and war is a game to seize the right to have your voice heard. The Intelligentsia Guild has established the despotic rule over the universe, that is, only they get to decide what is right. You are a disheveled scholar, a refugee, or vagrant, who's kind of both. You hobble into the reconstructed zone of the Emperor's War, seeking a few more morsels of sustenance to feed your siblings at home. Eagle Eye's zealots are raising books and handing out flyers in his image. They derisively refer to these papers as admission tickets for the scholar's strife. I decline. The energy crisis is just a facade fabricated by the IPC. If it were real, why would there be so many people living without concern while others starve in the streets? They roar angrily. As long as it benefits them, they can say that the red is blue and black is white. If that's the case, then everyone should have the right to define what knowledge is. If you ask me, either there are no perfect scholars in the cosmos, or everyone is a perfect scholar. Though the sound of Eagle Eye's deafening roars, a devouring bomb obliterates the Guildhold's outer wall. You all charge forward as one, ready to make them feel the suffering they deserve. Now everyone can become a scholar of the School of Relative Cognition. Bring truth to this universe. Aeons don't exist. It's all a lie. You roar in a ferocious rage. No, they exist. As the supporting fire of the cannon ships darken the sky, the liquidation machine falls to the ground. Before the various schools can turn to expose each other's past misdeeds, the spark of relative cognition must be extinguished. You attempt to withdraw from Clostia, but the encircling legion have blocked all escape. 1 second before the base is conquered, you press the scepter control button as your silent battle cry. Far Gong Shu, Far O Chi, Shu Fo Bei. Suddenly, you can no longer understand a single word being spoken around you. Oh no, this is like a Tower of Babel reference? The scepter destroyed the synthesia beacons active in the entire quadrant. You have once again returned to a time without deceit. Inside the gibberish that spreads among the stars, the Candelafos caught the scent of riddles. But they could not tell even if the records themselves had been tainted by enigmata. That's kind of neat.
Watch your head.
Only lost 1 extra cycle there. Collapsed Cognition 2. You are the navigation intelligence for the galaxy roaming ship, Rippling Waves. You guide the ship through the language-less Clostia, deep into the territory of the old empire. Though the Emperor is dead, there may be remnants of the anti-organic equation that may secretly factor into their calculations. The strategic intelligence, Madam Herta, proposed that it may be best to have the ship run on autopilot. So you are the resulting autopilot program. Autopilot is cool. Okay. Why should Herta be the strategic intelligence? I want to be the strategic intelligence. Autopilot is cool. Okay. There is only one passenger aboard this perilous journey, a scholar by the name of Batavia. Only lunatics from the guild dare venture towards the Iron Throne alone. She provided you with a model. The coordinates of the target move rapidly around the astral chart. Time passes, making it harder to anchor. Perhaps this solitary wave is just a meaningless phenomenon. Batavia seemed nervous about the answer that awaited her. She seemed to be half talking to herself, half hoping the cold machinery before her could give her a response. Would you like me to search for related services? No, just ignore me. I'm just so scared I feel some force has been driving me forward. Although, maybe I'm just overthinking it. After recalibrating the model several times, Batavia successfully manages to reverse navigate the source of the waves. The Circle of Knowledge. Perhaps you've heard of this concept before, although hypothetically, I'm only talking hypothetically. What if we just think that we have stepped outside the Circle of Knowledge, but actually have not managed to escape it at all? The words of the School of Relative Cognition seep deep into Batavia's thoughts. As seeds of self-doubt begin to sprout, how can one prove that they are correct before results are seen? As your trajectory begins to sync with your destination's movement, the rippling wave's overall structure in the model grows clearer. On the other end of the system, Herta, who had become the strategic intelligence, has her face grow solemn. How could the Candelagraphos not record something as important as this? Are they blind? The ship began to shake under the turbulence of her emotions. The origin of these waves is an instant extrapolated by Nous. That is the standing wave generated from an aeon's thought. Ooh, that's some deep lore there. The solitary wave is the thoughts of Nous.
Oh, the bigger the risk, the better the reward.
That did not hit him.
Time to suffer. I want to protect every homie, Mr. Sora.
This, yeah, hit Clara, please. Jeez. That felt like 20 minutes. Collapse Cognition 3. A hidden star. Rupert II believed he had it perfectly concealed, enveloped in imaginary energy, but also a perfect state of internal and external balance. One could search for thousands of amber eras and never find this satellite that circled the throne. But it just so happened to form a coincidence. This stable point in their chaos perfectly overlaps their instant. That is how the first organic life form stepped upon this land after Rupert II passed. Batavia walks out of the ship, in complete disbelief at the scene before her eyes. Among the metal-covered ruins, Rupert I awoke from his mechanical graveyard, rage lingering in his circuits. But then what would become of Rupert II? She sees a vast field of flowers. Organic, floral life is blooming atop the inorganic. In the center, a gigantic upside-down triangular tombstone looms, casting a silhouette of disrepair. The constructor piled up all the metal in the graveyard alone, creating the tombstones you see before you, bit by bit. Built for the Intellitrons in the graveyard, built for the life across the universe, built for the deceased Emperor. It was as if Rupert II had long since predicted their own death, as if they had purposely left the cenotaph around the edge of the throne, so as not to be disturbed. Batavia cautiously steps forward. In front of the tombstone, she sees a unique bouquet of inorganic flowers. Their buds are constructed from the acrylic alloys, their stems of transistors and copper wire, with the smell of rust and machine oil mixed in their floral scent. She activates the tracing model, but the mysterious signal has disappeared, as she is already in the eye of the storm. It takes so long for her to digest the fact that the star above her head falls under the horizon 3 times. Then she spends even longer trying to digest yet another fact. The star itself, at the origin of the solitary wave, is the Scepter System Core. Proceed.
I hit the mark.
We got plenty of time left.
Watch your head.
I need to be brave.
Annihilate.
Dunzo.
I hope I helped.
I don't even know if we get anything extra for doing that. Imperial Alchemist. I don't even know what rewards we get for doing the extra domain. Not in anything good, it seems. Besides unlocking the next domain above it. So we got 3 from that run, which means we probably have 1 more run to do. So, all that's left today is, I think, maybe we have 1, possibly 2 runs of Unknowable Domain left to do before we finish it. For those watching this on YouTube, though, we're only going to show the new content because I've realized that it's just make me do the same content over and over again, and it's really boring because the bosses have millions upon millions of HP and don't actually die any quickly because we're pretty much 100% reliant on the scepters. 3 left, and we've pretty consistently gotten 3 in every run. So there's probably only 3 left, and then we'll probably get a conversation with Herta and maybe screw him afterwards, is my guess. 1 last really impossible run. And we can get 2. Enemy stats increase up to 220%. Its boss's default cycle is reduced by 1, and character's final damage increases along. So the meta strategy I figured is just to grab stuff that can trigger each other. After an ally uses an ultimate, restore 50 charge. Cool. Blast fire. Go with that one. Alright, Spying on Heaven. Number 1. The influence of the scholastic strife is often deemed fake by historians. When compared with the events that spanned multiple eras, it was too brief and limited only to the internal clashes of the Intelligentsia Guild. It lacked substantial influence on the cosmos, like the pathetic wings of a weak butterfly. Standing before the core of the scepter, fear, excitement, adrenaline, and dopamine send their emotions racing and stop her from thinking clearly. Batavia becomes clouded in irrational rage that blinds her with ignorance. She loses all desire, and all that remains is an urge for knowledge. These so-called inorganic neuron clusters are merely poor imitations of nous. The Emperor constructed celestial-level computational interference devices and gave them the computational power to answer questions, yet never gave them the function to ask. Tools could never replace the Emperor's thought. Tools are not worthy to replace the Emperor's thought. To never question any other being, but simply rely on one's own mind. That is precisely why he was the Emperor. Why he never required the honor of the Aeonic authority. With an infinitely expanding equation that spreads across the galaxy, and the thought expansion provided by the scepters, he made himself into the ideal of a perfect scholar. He was the only cell nucleus in the nervous system formed by the scepters. He crowned himself upon the Iron Throne. Rupert II died, and his self-appointed reign came to an end. What if his thought had continued? If he had left the circle of knowledge and created a knowledge singularity, rewriting the anti-life equation that alters the definition of universal knowledge? He would have killed all life. He would have created a new form of life. All life, organic and inorganic, would have disappeared. Batavia is shaken by this hypothesis. If the scepter system is the Emperor's tool to expand their mind, then surely she could also question them to expand her mind in the same way, to be crowned as the genius of prophecy. Batavia connects her consciousness to the core. In an instant, all scepters across the vast distance of the Empire reform into a complete nervous system, ready to serve their long-awaited new ruler. However, just as she is about to ask her question, a sliver of self-doubt seizes her mind. She lifts her head to look out into the field of flowers. as sweet scent of a glimpse of pastel-colored robes drift by. Oh, fucking god damn it. It's the fucking... Polka Calcomond. The Lord of Silence has come back. Batavia had spoken with that person a number of times before, that floating and insubstantial woman with an indiscernible face. But concise and absolute speech, her words are piercing and precise, like a surgeon's scalpel, always cutting through Batavia's confusion and resolving Batavia's self-doubt, whilst filling the scholar with a sense of inferiority. Can I really crown myself with my mere level of intelligence? She is only a Mundanite, after all. She is no genius. Batavia only hesitates for a few seconds in terms of external time. Then she gives up on crowning herself with the scepters and decides to move her gaze upwards, fixing on the end of the erudition above. I want future generations to capture their divine wisdom. I wish to receive a brief moment of their thoughts. Then, as she wishes, the scepters rise high and gently tap themselves on the mortal's head. Those who seek and glorify knowledge shall receive what they desire. We're getting into the noose of the equation, it seems. The Genius Society is getting close to being relevant in the plot. Alright, Spying on Heaven 2. We're almost done. The programming functions of the simulated universe are limited and incapable of extrapolating the scene that Batavia sees before her. Just the scattered data captured from her cognition nearly causes the simulated universe to stall and reboot. She sees the great ocean that she had dreamed of and the vast thoughts of erudition. From the first signals she captured to the entire solitary wave, to the rippling waves of the imaginary background, when placed inside this great ocean, are no more than waves below the waves. Uh-oh. That's not good. You cannot ask a simple farmer to understand the principles of the antimatter legion. Of the antimatter engine. Even if you were to show them the sparks of the fusion furnace, no one could relate it to the stars that burn above their heads. Put simply, Batavia cannot comprehend the knowledge before her. She cannot understand the question she wants to answer. She cannot understand. And apparently neither can we, because I can't read any of this. A failure who could not escape the circle of knowledge. A Mundanite who could never become a genius. A fool who could never encounter the truth. She wishes to absorb the vast ocean of knowledge before her into her mind, but her intelligence is only the scope of a single water particle in the ocean. There is no way it can contain such a vast wealth of information. Noose looks down upon the one who pried upon their thoughts, remaining silent as ever. The scepters throughout the Emperor's domain became paralyzed, level by level, as the knowledge of countless questions leak out, flowing towards their singular destination. Batavia robotically records down all the knowledge before her and stuffs it brutally into her mind. She has so little agency in the matter that she cannot even tell whether it is her actively recording the knowledge, or Noose forcibly instilling knowledge into her consciousness. This cursed censorship from Noose. Come on, let me read it. 0.1 seconds later, the final core becomes scrap metal. Batavia lies face down on the ground, manically searching for a place to carve down the formulae she had seen. She grabs a rusty iron sheet, peels open the bouquet of flowers, noting down the truths that are escaping out of her mind by the second. That wave of ripple, as if her life depends on it. She cannot grasp the meaning of the formula. She is merely relying on her lingering memories to scrawl them across every inch of the graveyard before succumbing to exhaustion. Many years later, Batavia the scholar becomes Dr. Batavia. The formula she leaves behind becomes the famous solitary waves theory. This conundrum confounded the cosmos for almost 100 amber eras until the day that the young lady named Herta solved it, elevating herself to the rank of geniuses. Final boss time before the bonus waves.
Trouble ahead. Proceed.
Ugh.
I'm with you.
Burn away.
Does that hurt? Relax.
Eternal slip.
The dead return!
As long as we can get that bounce one to go off, it'll chain into the other ones.
Everything is worth. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Whenever somebody dies, it gives Kafka energy.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and
So we can keep going without actually advancing the turn order all that much. As long as things are dying.
Eternal slip.
The dead return!
The fact that we're getting energy from this is what's keeping the loop going. The loop just keeps going.
Everything is ordained. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
It's another scepter trigger. Kafka's ult is back.
Time to say bye. Boom.
You won't get away.
Man, we're gonna zero cycle at this point.
Say bye.
I don't know what I was worried about. Oh wow, we actually got a turn.
Time to say bye. Boom.
We keep accelerating our turn order so that we end up back at the top of the turn order and get a new cycle. So we basically have infinite turns in one cycle because of how much amplification and advancing is happening.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Oh, look, we can hurt the toughness bar now.
You won't get away.
Just give all the energy back. Are we gonna zero cycle Sam?
Humanity
That is
never
the
conceals
question.
its
I
desire
think
to
we
control
will.
the heavens, and I'm no exception.
I know I was going to edit all of these out, but I might just leave parts of this in, just to show how ridiculous it is. But I probably still won't leave it in. Because the VOD has already gotten really long. It's 3 streams in one video.
No manners, huh?
It's over. It's Jover.
Failed.
Alright. We've reached the end. Spying on Heaven 3. The solitary waves theory allowed me to become a genius, and laid the foundations for the extrapolation of the simulated universe. Looking at it this way, the dramatic heirs of the Scholar's Strife and Rupert II's legacy are no more than footnotes for the solitary waves theory. Dr. Patavia dedicated herself to grueling research, collaborated with friends, and finally proposed the solitary waves theory. People who praised her for being the one to have posed the question and pitied her for being unable to solve it. At least, that's what it said in the books I read. The thousands of scepters were completely overrun with questions of scholars, exhausting their computational power and turning them into space trash. Once the scepter system was completely crippled, the harmonious atmosphere of communication and cooperation returned between schools, according to the history recorded by the scholars. It began with an absurd prophecy and ended with meaningless waste. It is only now that I realize this is what the Guild wants history fictionologists to conceal. The natural chasm between the mundane and the genius. Even after borrowing Rupert II's brain and peeking into Noose's vast knowledge, the Mundanite still cannot become a genius. How despairing it would be for a scholar who has spent their entire life seeking knowledge. and this unknowable domain. Thank you, Dr. Patavia. You crossed the boundaries of time to leave a question, and I solved it. But when I faced my own unsolvable question, you once again transcended time to inspire me to answer it. Though we never even met. We are all trapped inside the circle of knowledge. All we see are phenomena, not reality. Looking from a higher world, you can see the signal's true essence is a rippling wave. If your vision is blocked by the mist of the unknowable domain, then one must move out of the obstruction of the circle of knowledge. Go to a higher world and look down upon it. No ill will. That ends that, but I'm going to try to at least make an attempt on this. Though I'll probably edit it out of the video. Okay.
They don't look
Let's
happy
wait
to see
and
us.
see.
Burn away.
Found your weakness.
We keep giving ourselves so much speed that we basically have infinite turns. We're not going to clear fast, but we will clear eventually.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
The reason we're causing this infinite chain, I think, is just because of the fact that we have the ones that charge from when a debuff triggers, and then we have the ones that trigger debuffs whenever they hit. So it's just like an infinite loop.
Everything is ordained by those stars. Give these
And then we just have the
trailblazers your
one sector that
blessing.
hits like 14 times.
Relax.
Oh wow, we actually
Everything is
lost a
ordained.
cycle.
Stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
That's not good.
Say bye to breathing.
Those stuns might actually cost us the game.
Relax.
Everything is ordained. Those stars,
We
give
need
these
more speed.
trailblazers your blessing.
We need more speed. I think it's sad that Hule is the easiest part about this extra domain.
Good times. Time to say bye.
And I don't know if this team can actually beat Hule. But I know these scepters can if we live long enough.
I'll see you
Oh,
off.
we're actually running out of time.
Eternal
The bug is
step.
just so tanky. We're doing millions of damage, and we're still on track to lose. Being able to get energy on their turn definitely helps this go infinite.
Time for an overhaul.
Alright, Hule. Because he'll actually do a lot of turns, I think we'll actually get a lot of energy.
Good times. Time
Yeah,
to say bye.
I'm never gonna get used to that sound effect he makes. And if we get the 10 hits in a row, it reduces his toughness. I almost never get to do this mechanic. Our speed's so high that we just keep going twice a
Time
cycle.
to say bye.
Oh, that's cheating. He sent us down in the turn order.
Who will it be?
Oh no, we're in berserk mode. We couldn't do it in time.
You won't get away.
But I think we're gonna have them stunned
Humanity
long
never
enough to
conceals
where
its
we
desire
just
to
get
control
more
the
turns than
heavens,
they do.
And I'm no exception.
Learn to be me. Alrighty, let's see. Do we get an exciting conclusion? Alright. Though we never managed to clarify the cause of what formed the unknowable domain, we are at least clear on Dr. Patavia's experiences during the Scholar's Strife. She eventually used the scepter system to expand her intellect, even almost accomplishing self-coronation that Rupert II could not complete. She could have become the perfect scholar, broadening the overall quantity of knowledge in the universe, but self-doubt eventually made her halt her advance. She can only regrettably leave behind that solitary wave conundrum as her legacy, unable to become the genius who solved that dilemma. Question. Is this unknowable domain an accidental coincidence, like a butterfly flapping its wings, or is it a trap luring us into its abyss? Who can set a trap for a genius within a genius's research? Answer. Another genius. Rupert I was slain by the Lord of Silence, but his knowledge was reborn in the second Emperor's brain. As society members, we all understand that no genius is to be underestimated, no matter how long it has been since their demise. Herta does not retort, a departure from her usual self. Let's just prepare for the worst. For you, this momentary silence seems like an eternity. To a genius, however, a second contemplation may be just as profound as the thoughts of the average person over an amber era. Just like before, Stephen and I will fully guarantee your safety outside. No matter what happens, you two must return safe and sound. Wait for our good news. It's finally time to solve the puzzle. First Emperor coins. Alright. Can, before connecting to the simulated universe, I have something to tell you. If you sense something amiss, turn around, run back with all you've got. Do not look behind you. Follow her to uncover the truth behind the scepter system, which is the birth of solitary waves theory. Learn to be me. Complete component overriding more than 30 times. Alright, unknowable domain. What's in here now? Chaotic Ripples 0-0. But we have all the Trailblaze secrets. What's left? Okay. Everything's redeemed. Where did all the other ones go? So we just have Chaotic Ripples. Oh, thank goodness it's not going to be an infinitely long one. But it's still Hule. Let's do Break. I haven't done Break in a while. Final run through. Hopefully this one doesn't take like 10 years. 0% complete. Looks like I've stopped at the node after the core was disabled. Herta frowns. Hello, Screwlum. Do you read? Hurry up and fix this. The unknowable domain's turbulence is interfering with your current landing area. There is no way to lock on the exact time period. Screwlum's voice is nonchalantly transmitted. Suggestion. Perform complete backtrack on the simulated universe's records, returning to the scepter's most complete moment and connect to the core. Do whatever is required. Just get it started. A star hurtles toward you all. You recognize its melancholy hue. Rupert II's cenotaph. Batavia frantically carving her formula on the tombstone of iron flakes and bloodstains etched into her palms. The rampaging ship sails upstream along the deluge of time. You traverse the dust-mired cosmic library, the crowds on the ground of congregating like ants, screaming, return knowledge to knowledge. Backtrack. The blazing ray penetrates layers of rusted metal, tens of millions of menics standing there, frigid commands erupting from the throats of organic throats. Activate anti-organic equation extrapolation. Now, go back. Go further back. Time rewinds, shrouding you all with the scholars' attires at the Futurological Congress. The roiling voices of thronging crowd accompanied by scholars jostling with one another and pushing past you. Batavia is talking to someone, her face covered in a mild smile. The future. Heh, the future. Continue backtracking. Why in such haste to advance forth, my friends? Time freezes in that instant as the crowd, moving in reverse, hears a commanding voice. Batavia becomes an immobile statue of ice, and the woman beside her, the woman who should have been an entity composed of false data, turns her gaze to you. It's Polka Calcomond, isn't it? God damn it. Genius Society number 4. Herta, it's time to stop this little game that you and your friends have concocted to peek at past secrets. How about a dance with me before I sever it with my scalpel? She takes off her scholar's uniform and her candy-colored gown, sashaying, and her face unclear. Detected. The communication breaks off and the simulated universe's backtracking progress suddenly collapses. I can feel someone prying into my steps. The woman takes out a scalpel and places it in her palm and starts polishing it. So I am preparing a gift in return. A game of cat and mouse. Illegal login detected. Firewall interception failed. Unknowable domain permissions changed. All requests blocked. Verifying visitor request. Identity verification complete. Genius Society member number 4. What are you standing there for, Can? Run. Run? Run where? Welcome to the Knowable domain. The experimental environment that I meticulously created. Uh-oh. Do I only have one option? I can only go one way. Oh, back in here. Imagine a butterfly, an insignificant butterfly, flitting its wings. In the Iththeman Confederation competition, it was struck by a competitor's bat. The powder from its wings triggered the respiration allergy in the competitor, causing him to sneeze nonstop. Later, that competitor passed on a trifling cold virus to his president, whom he was visiting. The headache and fever brought about by the cold caused the decision tree to boldly tilt towards the aggression quadrant by 2%. Eventually, the president signed an order to declare war on their neighboring confederation, resulting in countless deaths. The president's private physician received news that her lover was killed in the war. She used a scalpel to slice open the president's now recovered throat, and despairingly disposed of the murder weapon from a high vantage point. The passing killer picked up this murder weapon that fell from the sky, this specimen needle capable of nailing a butterfly, that it could whip up storms, and tightly gripped it in her hand. This killer regards geniuses as targets, her scalpel closing in on your necks, and now 3 shelters lie before you. To avoid capture, where will the struggling prey flee to? Crystal Hotel, possibility of survival 8%. Iron Prison, possibility of survival 57%. Neutron Star Fortress, probability of survival 99.9%. Why would you pick anything else? When a butterfly flaps its wings, the particles on its scaled wings conjure a reaction. In just the right amounts, it falls into a micro wormhole that randomly forms, blooming from a coincidence within a neutron star, tearing apart the perfectly sealed residence. Well, that was the 0.101% there. In the knowable domain, probability and coincidences bear no meaning, Polka calmly foretells. You will welcome a play of comedy, and then one of tragedy. The turbulent data hinders the simulated universe's extrapolation on the scepter system. You are unable to reconnect to the scepter. You will attempt to reconnect to the scepter system to no avail. Oh. That's not good. We have no scepters. Nothing works. Looks like you guys are down on your luck. The curio has been swallowed by your sudden micro wormhole. Oh, come on! Oh, this sucks. There was once a belief to view the world as a meticulous clockwork piece, where if the information about every atom is grasped, then all movements' trajectories could be predicted. You're talking about Lapis Lazul's demon, right? Simply put, the future is already determined by the past. While this concept is no more than words spoken in a fool's dream, a more intuitive frame of reference exists in the universe beyond. The concept of instant, as extrapolated by Noose. I received an invitation with Rupert's resurrection as its seal. The voice keeps its distance, but easily capable of ending you at any moment, with a fifth genius joining our laughable project as bait. So I am here, but 'tis not to join you all. The death of one person becomes the spark of the Emperor's war. The oversight of one variable means the anti-organic virus pushed the Scholar's strife to the brink of destruction. The change in one particle causes an explosion that obliterates an inspiration to change the world. As long as an infinitesimal variable is added, the future would become vastly different. The face of the universe becomes radically altered, and the stars turn into chaotic soup in the great cauldron of creation. If unknown knowledge outside the circle threatens to disrupt the ascertained future, then such knowledge should never appear again before the future model and can be guided into the unknown. A genius stands in the darkness, pushing down the first domino. A domino set forged from the bones of geniuses. I come to kill the myriad of chaotic possibilities you will bring. We have speculated over 1,000 reasons regarding the Lord of Silence's relentless hunt for geniuses, envy, power, or the plundering of knowledge. This is the only reason we hadn't considered. Extinguishing chaotic possibilities? Your motive for your crimes is truly unique. I'll be honest, that makes sense to me, based off of what we learned just from Golden Gears. That was kind of the assumption I got from Pokemon. She's not stealing anything, she's trying to stop something from happening. Maybe she's actually working for Terminus for all we know. You murder geniuses in an attempt to stem the growth of cosmic knowledge. It's just so you can turn the entire universe into your knowable domain? You mean those accidents that Herta encountered? So you mean the one behind the Scholar's strife as well? The Lord of Silence does not speak. She does not deign to respond to your accusations. When a butterfly beats its wings, even if worlds hundreds of light years away are destroyed because of this, the butterfly would not know any better, because it is just beating its wings, correcting deviating variables in an experiment, and avoiding interference from unknown information. This is what every scholar would do. This is just sophistry. If one would be considered a sinner to use a thought experiment to confine the universe in a circle, then how are we to judge them, who anchors instants onto the universe and locks out all wisdom into erudition? She is not inquiring, she merely talks to herself. Are you executing their orders? No, this does not match their divine trait of seeking knowledge. Have you ever considered that perfect calculation is also a form of seeking knowledge? You should be very aware that no one can defy their calculations. If I connect to all the scepters that Rupert II left behind and start to think just like how Batavia, how she created the knowledge singularity, what I'm saying is, if they are going to confine the universe within the letters of perfection as you claim, why would the Emperor have been allowed to create those celestial body neurons and used for thoughts? Did those scepters allow him to step beyond the circle of knowledge? Is she contemplating Herta's question, or is she merely thinking about how to kill you all in the most entertaining way? Good question. You're sharper than the rest of the victims. The murky-faced woman's voice sounds sorrowful. Human thoughts are possessed within our tiny brains, while divine thoughts are on the scale of birth and implosion of stars, are mere sparks on their neurons. And the conclusion of their thoughts is nothing less than the outcome of geniuses, battles to the death. Geniuses, thought synapses, and the erudition extends into reality, the physical manifestation of phenomenon and aeonic thought. They used instants to declare a perfect model of the future, and you are a butterfly specimen that escaped from its needle. You flap your wings and roil up the chaos and the unknown. This will prematurely lead the universe to finality. I won't allow it. I will stake you down with nails one by one, inside this knowable domain. She sighs as if lamenting the fragile beauty of a butterfly, about to be turned into a specimen. A bold statement. You do know that we were the ones who sent out the invite, don't you? I see it. I see their extrapolations. Polka's tone is chilling. An instant where geniuses shall struggle, has arrived. Herta, Stephen Lloyd, Ruan May, Screwlum, and you, little bug, who stumbled into a web. Struggle with all your might, she turns her shattered face towards you. Your instincts send you, your entire body, into the hair-standing frenzy. She is smiling. How can you tell?
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Like fireflies to a flame.
Alright.
Life begets
Nice like a good brew. Full bot, my friend.
Did they re-record that alt line? Sounded a little different there.
This combat
I could actually
needs
hear
optimizing.
the SAM unit and Firefly talking there. Kill that butterfly. Should have known that Curio belonged to Polka. There's just nothing here. Oh, Stephen Lloyd! Stephen, help me! String of code worms out of the device in a most extraordinary manner, its data coalescing into a most familiar image. Phew, finally in. The Lord of Silence probably didn't notice me. Stephen Lloyd looks around warily. What a cool entrance. Can I get a selfie? I reconstructed an extrapolation model and wrested back partial permissions from the Lord of Silence. Stephen Lloyd stiffly changes the subject. Cheating in PvP is a blasphemy to games. He tries his best to appear angry, but his poise is somewhat meek. I really hope we get an interaction between Stephen Lloyd and Silverwolf at some point, because they're like the two video game centric characters in the Honkai Star Rail. For fair play! Receive Stephen's aid. We have a decision component for whatever. This is the first time you've seen him so agitated. He even temporarily overcame his social anxiety. The scepter system that Polka blocked comes online once more. But this minute ripple pings in the Lord of Silence observation like a thundering shock. Stephen whips out his frequency scrambler in an attempt to conceal his tracks. A candy-colored shadow spawns, appearing where Stephen was standing, manifesting into a figure, grinding Stephen's data into dust like a butterfly breaking out of a chrysalis shell. I'm gonna go first. Stephen's fading echo also dissipates into the air. Thanks, Stephen. You're the best. Ron May? Like in the flesh?
Please stay tuned.
You catch a whiff of familiar confectionery scent adorned with startled deer flowers. No, not that again. She is idly standing in the simulated lab as if she knew from the beginning that you would pass by here. So the surprise, you're finally here! It is rare for you to see Ron May without a smile curled into the corner of her lips. It appears that you have found a terrifying dance partner for the simulated universe. She nibbles on the cake slowly, but even as the Lord of Silence won't guess that a minuscule slice is hiding in the system's root. Herta? I thought you weren't coming. I've always been concerned about the affairs involving you two. Ron May's fingers rest on the lab bench. Their subtle variations heralding the advent of a hurricane. She leisurely opens the window, admiring the furious gales raiding near. Screwlum asked me to send you a message. The bait has been laid, and we're just waiting for the prey to bite. I trust you all comprehend this obscure metaphor. Before leaving, I will give you all something quite powerful, just like how I usually do. Oh yeah, the Ruan May event is like one of the most busted events in like Golden Gears. Cause mischief for Polka. You'll love these rewards. Ooh. Immediately gain 3 random negative curios. Oh, that's not good. When obtaining this curio, gain 1 charge scepter. That's good. Gain more... Alright. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's just every curio? Oh! Yeah, we got the can. Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty bad. Oh, no. We got to kill the butterfly thing again. Good luck, Ron May transports you all out of the section, disappearing the second before death arrives. Alright, now that's out of the way. Oh, we're back here again. The Emperor's Cenotaph. The end of the self-coronation. Unfortunately, others came earlier than you. That flash of struggle, suspended in a distant hope of decimation, will become the butterfly's most beautiful moment. You sure have a twisted sense of what you find interesting. With that same solitary wave as the research topic, 2 geniuses obtained equally correct but completely different, divergent theories. One of them said the universe isn't a clockwork toy, that the future is forever in an unknown pendency. And the other one said, the universe is an exquisitely precise clock. Now the instant where you geniuses stop struggling is about to arrive. Polka polishes her scalpel, slowly sauntering towards you. Over? I haven't even charged out of the universe. A shattered gondola crashes into the sea of flowers. A charged gondola. Oh no, is Aha about to show up? A shattered gondola crashes into the sea of flowers, and a masked clown stumbles out of it. A knight from afar extols resoundingly. A stance of utter beauty. Life that is being simulated intends to assault the truth? I've already told you umpteen times. I am not fictional. A history fictionologist yells out angrily beside him. The Lord of Silence responds with silence. You cannot ascertain if that divine-esque silence stems from confusion or a simmering, seething rage. An iron giant, hundreds of meters tall, crushes the simulated universe's skybox, each step sending shockwaves across the ground. Through the loudspeaker, the architects bellow, "This false bastion is a trial meted onto me by the Amber Lord." You guys on a team-building exercise? Another master has appeared. From the countless corners, data erupts like a torrential rain of howling winds, the chime of the omen vanguards, the sorrowful wails of the mourning actors, and the scorching heat from the cremators' flamethrowers. These were just compliant lines of code within this universe, but at this moment, they all surge forth. The simulated universe descends into madness. This chaos isn't caused by coding errors, but carefully orchestrated plan by the geniuses. Call, copy, the cosmic scene deploys all its resources trying to force the approaching omniscient killer off the stage with chaos. Everything seems to scream, there is no place for you here, Polka. A trap prepared just for me? The candy-colored killer grips the storm in its throat. Using her scalpel to slice, stab, and cut, the code is shattered into pieces. With each movement, her gaze freezes everything in sight into a rigid iron panel, restoring order to the chaos. Now, what other tricks have you up your sleeve? Polka faces you with a relaxed posture. Although you cannot penetrate the facial recognition filter that is hiding her features, her muffled scoff seems to betray her mood. In my presence, the sequence of poker cards is not random. The outcome of the coin flip has been predetermined. Whether it's storm or waves, all chaos shall move according to my instructions. She starts laughing. What's so funny about this? There is doubt in her laughter, confusing you as well. Anxiety and fear are burned away by a sudden gust of joyous wind. Exhilaration, madness, and unparalleled delight grip your senses. A crisp and thunderous sound rings through the sky of the simulated universe. Yes! He's here! They are here! Aha! You burst into laughter, and soon everyone present, every line of code, all things begin laughing. Machiavelli, what trouble did you get yourself into this time? The source of madness in the guise of a cluster of masks appears and gives you a bow. Take a look at this place. Everything is locked in its path and is eerily silent. Honestly, the stars should all burst into laughter because whether it's this or the false universe, or the real one, they're both just so poorly executed jokes. Aha, I really missed you. We'll let this ghastly thing out. I missed you too, so much that I've lost my head. Logic, the solitary waves theory, is the extrapolation fundamental to the simulated universe. Once the system's extent of instability hits its limit, all motions become unpredictable. You hear the gears churning. I've rewritten the system's tendencies, revealing the truth of the world to them. I've introduced a chaotic butterfly into Madame Polka's model. Nicely done, Screwlum. This is my first time hearing such pleasing words from this fella. Aha declares the universe is like a madman's jest, chaotic, irrational, and beyond comprehension. The knowable domain will henceforth be known as the unknowable domain. They rested from all the work of creating that they had done and said, "Let there be laughter!" I am a madman. Alright, final boss time.
Danger ahead. Ready yourself.
We can beat Hule. That was so much of his health gone already.
This combat needs a... This is double speed.
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Like fire until everything burns to ashes!
Nice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves! Decided to play your ace.
Fight, fight!
Alright, one phase down.
Set the seas ablaze!
That is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage 3 times. Can I hit you 10 times? Oh, it's still going. Okay, fine. I didn't want to play anyway. The universe rapidly expands in the midst of the chaos, like how a clown blows up balloons at the children's birthday party. Whether it's you or Polka, the distance between you both stretches endlessly. You watch Herta walk into the core, all of the scepters in the universe in complete resonance, reuniting into one neural system. The goal of the Lord of Silence is to stop us from leaving the circle of knowledge. Then with her appearance, does it mean that we are currently at the edge of the circle? You'll be like all other geniuses forever, unable to know the answer. Polka remains unfazed, tidying her candy-colored robe. Like how a butterfly flutters its wings, unleashing the final cyclone upon the universe. Is the future certain or chaotic? The conundrum of the scholar's strife plays out once again between the two. We'll have a lot in common to talk about, no? Herta smiles. Polka, would you like to join us? I refuse. We both are certain that the hypotheses in our mind are the only correct one, and that certainty will not waver. The woman looks skyward, her invisible gaze like an insect pin that stakes down butterflies, pinning down a certain outcome in the simulated universe. Without the shadow of a doubt, the scepters scattered among the sky begin to malfunction and extinguish. And that is how we became geniuses. Can the both of you show me some concern? The wind is too loud, I can't hear you. Polka swings the scalpel, the mad laughter resonating across the cosmos, along with the Force interference that squeezed at the computational power causes her data model to teeter on the verge of collapse. For both her and Herta, this will be their final move. In the tempestuous cosmic winds, the battle between the two geniuses comes to an immediate end. The scepters, it's all over. I haven't even gotten a chance to ask my question. Like Batavia did, she stomps her foot in rage. You've given me a spectacular performance, and I will grant you the rest of your life as my tip. The woman adjusts her candy-colored robe as if the position of each crease on the fabric is of utmost importance. Farewell, little one. Count your lucky stars that you're still within the circle of knowledge. The universe stops its expansion, and the candy-colored figure dissolves into the emptiness, leaving a profound silence hanging over you and Herta. After a moment of hesitation, you decide to break the silence. Simulated extrapolation failed. We've defeated Polka. Are you okay? You temporarily believe that her puppet has stopped working. A real killer of geniuses indeed. With just one appearance, she nearly brought the entire project to a grinding halt. Luckily, it was not entirely in vain. We successfully invited the fifth genius to collaborate on the Simulated Universe project, but she declined. Knowing this answer is enough. Polka has left. You relax. Your lives are safe. I really want to rip off that facial recognition filter and post her picture on the most obvious spot on the main page of the International Peace Network. The doll stretches lazily, a habit probably from when she was human. Let's go, Can. This extrapolation has ended. This was surprisingly exciting. Butterfly on a ripple. The unknowable domain has completely dissipated. Madame Herta's original plan was to turn Rupert II's data into a fifth genius and invite them to our table, but we did not expect the data entity emulating the Lord of Silence to gain sentience. This lethal butterfly escaped from the simulated universe, not only as she was disinterested in cooperating with us, she also left chaos in her wake. It's a terrible pity. The more I think about it, her proficiency in manipulating probability is absolutely tailored for the simulated universe. This external intrusion has raised the need to make necessary improvements to the simulated universe's firewall. You don't say. Best to leave the inconspicuous back door to tell her, come back again when you have time. Was it really Polka Calcamon who appeared? Or was it an imposter? Her true identity doesn't matter. The Lord of Silence appears to have the power to show up along the chains of karma. Whether it's a data entity emulating her, or a document recording investigations about her, I fear that she will feel something as long as her name is called out. Bah, she's almost like an old hag who knows magic. Forget it. We should just drop this topic. Question. If Madame Polka does not wish to join the simulated universe, why would she intentionally walk into our trap? Curiosity? Or just out of plain old fun? Either that or she's taking revenge on us for discussing her age behind her back. Is there anyone in this damn society without a few screws loose? Also, the hunter almost became the hunted. We almost got caught in a trap despite our own trap laying. Then our fifth collaborator is... We'd better see if Ruan Mei can successfully drag out you King 2 into this. Last essays. Butterfly on a ripple. Assist the geniuses in eliminating the unknowable domain within the simulated universe. Break through Poco Calcamon's knowable domain. Last essays. Obtain the singular solution regarding the future of the universe. I'm glad that you're all back safe and sound. Deduction. This could be the greatest information haul gained from this research topic. Damage on the simulated universe. In the vernacular of organic life forms, we have definitely overdone it in the simulated universe. But it was all not in vain. Logic. The two research partners are far more import than the individual safety and operational efficiency. Where did Steven go? Steven expressed that his mind was blown after witnessing the Lord of Silence's methods, and wishes to make a facial recognition filter mesh similar to hers. Reiteration, no more worries about being seen by others again. Oh, great, now that... No, Steven. Don't worry, Steven, you'll get over your social anxiety someday, I hope. About Rupert II. The cenotaph that the second built for himself, and the flowers by the tomb overturned what we thought we knew about the anti-organic equation, or even about the Emperor. A friend told me once, the differences between individuals far surpass those between organic and inorganic lives. The spread of the anti-organic virus across the species barrier has also proven this perspective. Rupert II was an organic being, different from Intellitrons, but I choose to believe that under the power of the anti-organic equation there still laid emotions that could not be buried. With the discovery of the premise conclusion, the probability of composing a program that reverses the anti-organic equation program is greater than 0. That's good news! A cure is possible! Very low, but possible. Alright, Herta. Though the Lord of Silence has destroyed the scepter system reproduced by the simulated universe, her words gave me plenty of inspiration for the research's next stage. From your anxiety-laden expression, I take it that you have more to say. I'm not in a particularly good mood right now, so you only get one question. Think before asking it. The solitary wave theory's solution. Tisk, you just had to ask the hardest question. When I saw the solitary waves theory, I obtained a constant. When the universe's unstable index exceeds it, the future will veer towards the chaotic unknown, enveloped in the fog. When the unshakable index is less than it, the future will fall into an ascertained trajectory, and free will cease to exist. That's bad! But even constants collapse and change in this universe of madness, erudition, enigmata, the various path powers pressed against one another, continually rewriting the constant. Is the future destined or chaotic? This conundrum remains unsolvable. The true war has never ended. And thus ends Unknowable Domain. Thank goodness. That was an exciting conclusion. I didn't expect it to go that crazy. And we have a new feature unlocked, Mundanite's Assembly. And hey, look, Herta's there. She's in the chair now. Pick a stage and try it out. Alright. I don't know what any of this is. But we're going to end this off here. Basically, we have everything unlocked now. And we just keep collecting new modes, it seems. And I think we've pretty much collected almost all the rewards at this point, too. There's just a bunch of scepters we still need to find. And we have all the secrets. I don't think we're going to do any more exploring in here. But it's very interesting to see that there's more stuff in here. Ah, so they give you pre-built in these. This has been a long and arduous journey, and I appreciate everyone who stopped by. This is another 3-hour recording that is going to strain my computer to edit through. So, ta-ta for now. I'll see you all in the next stream, where we'll probably get some stuff done in Genshin, because I still haven't played 5.2 yet. And then we'll wrap around back to doing some more Honkai Star Rail. We'll probably do a pull stream next time. We'll maybe start the Trailblaze continuance, and then we'll start doing some pull streams. I said I wasn't going to pull for Sunday. I was going to pull for Jingluan's Light Cone, but I figured I want to just work on the Battle Pass, so I'm going to do 30 pulls for Sunday. If we get them, we get them. If we don't, we don't. And then that'll be the end of it. I just want to get some more Stardust so I can get a copy of Himiko's Cone. Anywho, I've delayed the end for long enough. Bye-bye.